Hello everybody! Welcome to the open beta of Slay the Spire. If you're wondering what the heck this game is, I think it's better just to show you. But it's a card game where you draft a deck and you go through a dungeon, you have a good time, hopefully, and don't die in the process. This has been getting a lot of steam lately. That's putting it lightly. It's actually really popular now with a lot of different people. A lot of people like watching the game, and I can't blame them. Let's go ahead and start up a run. We're going to play as the Ironclad, who's like the basic kind of character. He's got a decent amount of HP, he does a decent amount of damage, he gets heals at the end of his turns, but I usually do pretty badly with him, so we'll probably end up doing the same thing here. Now, let's see, enemies in your next 3 combats have 1 HP? Can't really do anything with that. I'll explain how this works in a second, but just don't worry about this. I'm gonna transform a card. Just don't worry about it right now, okay? That's fine. I don't care. And why don't we go up this way? So here's how the game works. You have a deck. It has cards in it. You use the cards to do damage or whatever to protect yourself. You go through a bunch of different combats. At the end of each combat, you get to choose which room you go next to on a series of rooms that are randomly generated. You then get up to the top, beat a boss. In this case, it's the slime boss, so that'll be entertaining. Then you go on to the next floor. There are 3 floors. If you can beat all 3 floors, then you win, and you get to start again, which makes this a roguelite, a dungeon crawler, and it's also a deck building game. I'll show you how that works in a second. So in this particular case, looking at the interface, you got gold, HP. If that goes to 0, you lose. If that goes to 0, then you don't have any money and you're poor. This is your discard pile. This is your draw pile, what's left in your deck. And this is your energy. The energy, if you've played any other card game with a resource management system at all, like Magic the Gathering or something, is like your mana. The card in the number in the upper left of these cards here is how much energy it takes to play a card. So for instance, I have Strike. It deals 6 damage to an enemy. These are enemies, if you couldn't tell. We're gonna smack one. It dealt 6 damage. Great. They have an ability called Curl Up that when they take, damage, they curl up into a ball and take less damage the next time. Fine. Now, I don't exactly want to take all the damage in the world, so I'm also going to defend. That costs me another energy and give me 5 block. That means the next 5 damage I take will not kill me. I'm also going to go ahead and use another strike here to slash that guy and put up another block. Now, we're going to take 7 damage, which is a little unfortunate considering that we still have an entire dungeon to go, but I'm sure we'll manage. What do they got for me this time? So you'll notice that the symbols above their heads changed. That tells you exactly what the enemy wants to do next, and certain enemies have certain behavioral patterns. Though they don't always do the same thing in the same way all the time, some enemies do. In this case, he wants to use a buff, and he wants to cast a negative effect on me. We can kill both of them. I'm going to use Bash here, which costs 2 energy to deal 8 damage and kill him, and then Strike to deal another 6 to him and kill him. Perfect! At the end of the turn, this thing heals us for a little bit of HP, and we loot. So we got a little bit of money. We get a potion. We can have up to 3 potions. Each potion does something different, so, that's always handy. And then we get to draft a card. If we want to. We can also skip it. I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking that right now, as it stands, this is not perfect. But we can, out of these 3, the best draft, I think, is to pick up a Reckless charge, just so that way it's an attack to compensate for the attack we lost. And it's not a dead draw. It does decent damage, so we'll pick it up for now. We just have to be careful of when we use it. Now we get to choose where to go. So we can either go to a question mark, which can be anything, including a, treasure. It's a mystery box. The monster here is a guaranteed other card. I kind of want cards and money, guaranteed. Do we have a chance to snag an elite along the way up? Yes, we do. So you know what? I'm going to do that. We're going to get some more combats in, get as many cards as possible, and do what's right. You know what I mean? In this particular fight, we're going to start off with a Bash, then we're going to go Strike him to deal a little bit extra damage. Hopefully next turn we draw our Reckless attack. That'd be nice. As well as maybe some other cards. So in the first turn, they make themselves, they have a ritual, but then after that, they just attack you constantly and get stronger every time. So we're going to smash. That's going to deal 13. It's close to killing. And I'll take the vulnerable in this particular case. We can easily go ahead and defend ourselves this round. We're not going to take any damage, and then next turn we kill him. Like, practically guaranteed. We're going to draw 4 cards, and we'll see what happens. That's enough. Good. Bash. and then strike to kill. Perfect. That worked out. That's fine. I can see how that reckless charge is going to give us some serious trouble, though, if we're not careful. Okay, Headbutt's a fantastic card. Because since it allows you to manipulate what you want for the next turn, and it also does damage, and it's just strictly better than a strike. We're going to pick that up. It's a safe call. Whenever you're going through and making a deck, it gets more and more difficult as you play the game, since you unlock more cards and so on and so forth. You know, we are going to go ahead and kill this guy. That's going to avoid us taking damage really in the long run. We'll take the 7 here, but then after that we'll see. But whenever you're going through a card system like this, what you want to be doing, I think, as much as possible. Let's see what we have in our deck. That's all good. And I would like to draw a bash next turn, maybe. So how about we headbutt, grab a bash for next turn, strike. You're not going to split, are you? That's very rude of you. But whenever you're drafting a new card, you want to make sure that at least in the beginning, before you have a solid archetype or a card that makes, you know, all your other cards work, you want to make sure that what you've got will work in almost any situation. Whenever you block or gain block, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. It's useful, especially because we do have some defense, and we will pick up some later. It's a bit slow, though. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I mean, it might be helpful to have for later, and it is a rare card, so it's not likely we'll see it again. You know what? Well, we'll give it a shot. This might start defining the kind of deck that we're going to be building here, but that's okay. So in the shop, we got a little bit of money. So in the shop, you can buy all kinds of cool stuff. That's rough. We're 5 gold off. That makes me mad. We could have started off with 1 strength. Strength increases the amount of damage you deal. Would have been nice. You can buy cards. You can buy relics, which are things that permanently change how your game is going to work. You can also remove a card, and that's usually actually worth a lot of, worth a lot. The reason why it's worth a lot is because if you can remove a card, then, I mean, like, your deck, it works better more often than not. Let's see, headbutt. Already got that going. That's okay. How about we remove another strike? Because we know we're going to pick up some more of those. Heck, we could buy one right now. Let's see. Fire breathing is not ideal. That's not good right now. True Grit is okay, but since it's random, I'm not thrilled with the idea. I don't think that we really want to buy anything right now. But our deck is pretty thin on attacks right now as it stands, and I mean, it would be nice to have something else. One sword boomerang won't kill us. It won't break the bank, proverbially speaking. How about we head up the way that's going to give us the most money, which is Monster. It's probably not the smart move, but you know what? That's what we're doing anyway. You know what? I'll Juggernaut this turn. That's fine by me. And we'll defend, which deals you a random 3 damage. We'll take our 8, unfortunately. And this turn is not the turn where I use Reckless Charge. I could do it, but the one vulnerable means that you take 50% more damage. On this turn is a terrible idea, so I'm just not going to do it. He'll hit us for 8. I'm not going to be too worried about it, because, we'll get some at the end of this. But, okay, this turn he's going to stop me from attacking for the next turn. So what we want to do is make sure that our turn now is as much damage as possible. How about we defend to start off with, because it deals him 3 regardless. Headbutt, make sure that we have a defend for next turn, and then strike him again. So next turn, we are going to... I know what's going to happen. Entangle means you can't attack anymore. Bummer. The good news is we at least have 1 defend. We now have 2, actually. Oh, we could even put on 1, 2, and then because we might as well, I'll put on Berserk, not that it matters. But still, we're only going to take 3 damage this turn, which is nice. It's still not ideal. This guy hits like a truck, and I kind of hate it, to be honest. Ooh, do we have lethal? 8, 9, or 6. I don't think we have lethal unless we use up my explosive potion, and I'd rather save that for a more important time. How about we do this? We can defend, then headbutt, grabbing... grabbing a defend for next turn again. With Juggernaut, honestly, defends now become attacks, which is nice. I get to kind of do a little bit of both. But any attack will do. Yeah, Reckless Charge will do the trick. Perfect. Get dusted. Get out of here. All right, so he lost a little bit of HP overall on that, but it's not so bad. Headbutt is a good card, and I wouldn't mind having more than one. However, Heavy Blade can hit like an absolute truck in certain situations. It would be a bad idea not to pick it up while we have the chance. We might only need one or two in the grand scheme of things, but it'd be nice to at least get the one. Okay, so Berserk, we can make it be free, which is nice. Juggernaut, we can make it deal 5 damage to a random enemy, which is actually pretty significant. Having Bash last 3 turns is really good. Oh, what am I doing right now? Good question, everybody. Sorry about that. So whenever you get to a campfire icon, like here, you get to choose whether or not you rest or whether or not you smith. If you rest, you get to get more HP. Right now, we're actually at a decent amount of HP, and we're going to bump into another campfire soon, so I'm not worried about my my health. Smithing allows you to upgrade a card. You can usually upgrade each card only once. Upgrading a card once allows you to... Well, I mean, it ups their effects. So in this case, Juggernaut will deal 5 damage per block that I put on. And you know what? That's not a bad move. What do? You just do more damage, which isn't bad. I don't mind having easier lethal, but currently we don't have any strength increasing effects, so Heavy Blade having strength effect time 5 is not stellar. You know what? Why don't we start off with upgrading Juggernaut? Just so that way every defend that I have in my deck is now currently a slightly better strike, because it allows me to attack and defend at the same time. Oh dear, this is nonsense. Okay, so we're gonna bash him, then headbutt him, which forces us to grab a bash again for next turn, and then we'll end our turn. So he's gonna do a negative effect on us. I think that means that we are frail. Yeah. So frail means that we now get a little bit less block every time that we put on a block. It's annoying as hell, honestly, and it's not a very fun effect, all things considered. Now that we've dealt him enough damage, the slime's gonna split in 2. So get out of here with that nonsense. It does mean that our vulnerable does wear off, which is a little bit of a shame now that I think about it, but oops. Ooh, interesting turn. Neither of them is going to deal damage to me this turn. So this would be the turn to use Reckless Charge. If that is the case, how about we put on Juggernaut now while we got the chance. Use Sword Boomerang and see if we get lucky. Not quite, but that's fine. We'll knock him down to half. And then this turn, we won't take damage from Reckless Charge. Fine. That's great. Lick is still a problem, because it's going to make us frail, and frailness is bad, and I hate it. Especially against the deck archetype that we're building. But they're still not attacking me, the fools. So here's what we'll do. Since every one of these is effectively 5 damage... Okay, we can easily get a kill. Hold on, there's lethal here. I can instantly kill him, guaranteed. But if I knock him down, that does something. How about we Sword Boomerang afterwards, and then we'll see what happens? Okay, so they're still not attacking me. So you know what? Next turn, they're both dead. I'm not using a potion here because we don't need to, because they're being very, very nice. If we draw 1 strike and 2 defends, 2 defends and a strike, it doesn't matter. They're dead next turn. We're fine. We're going to gain HP off of this, which is amazing. Might as well just do it the fun way because I can. How often do I get to use a passive ability to kill things anyway? The answer's not often. Okay, so we have actually a couple of options here, and they're all interesting. Body Slam deals damage equal to your current block. It's not super good until it's upgraded, at which point it allows you to do it for free. But we don't really have a way of getting our block up super high, so I'm going to avoid that for now. Pommel Strike is amazing. It's just a really good card. Armaments is also a good card, but I don't think we need it yet. Like, as it stands right now, it's not upgrading anything in particular. It's not like we have a 30-card deck and Armaments ends up being stupidly good. What it does is when you use it, you get to upgrade a card until the end of that combat. And if you upgrade Armaments, then you get to upgrade all the cards in your hand, which is really sweet. Pommel Strike just does 9 damage, though, and it draws you a card, and it's really good. So how's our HP looking? Really good. Let's smith instead. So at this juncture, we could allow Pommel Strike to not only deal more damage but draws 2 cards, which is dumb. And I love it with Headbutt. It's actually really good with Headbutt. So we're gonna go ahead and make that combo a thing because we can do some nutty stuff with it. All right, our first chest, Frozen Egg. Upon pickup, choose an upgrade to power. We only have 1 power to upgrade, so Berserk is now free. Okie dokie. Do we want to go after an elite immediately? I think the answer is yes. And we don't want to hit up a shop, so we're not going to go left. I think that we go up the middle, take on the elite, take a question mark, and then we have a couple of campfires to heal up or get ready for the boss regardless. You find a shimmering mass of light encompassing the center of the room. Upgrade 2 random cards, lose 16 HP. It's... like, it's going to upgrade 2 defends or 2 strikes that we're going to eventually get rid of. It's not going to upgrade the stuff I want, so we leave, unfortunately. It's effectively a waste of a room. Do we want to tackle another question mark just in case before we hit up an elite? Yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's see if we can get a little bit more power before we fight the elite instead of after. Gremlin is madly shuffling cards on a table. This monster seems to be a harmless one. You approach him out of curiosity. 12 cards, match them to keep them. 5 tries, no do-overs. Are you ready? Let's start. All right, let's see. Bash, I don't really care. There's Warcry, don't really care. There's Bash, let's find another card. Double tap, that one's good. We're looking for another double tap. That's Regret, that we don't want that. Shit, I knew that was Bash. Do I want another Bash in my deck? The answer's no. So unfortunately we don't get any cards there either. Lame. Because I'm an idiot. We should have gotten at least double tap. I feel a little mad. Okay, so in this case, before he gets all mad at me, we could attempt to put on Juggernaut. The problem with Juggernaut is that, look, see the thing with this guy, the Gremlin Knob, he gets mad every time you use a skill. Defending is a skill, so effectively, you don't want to do that. What could I draw right now that might be handy? If I could draw into Reckless Charge, that'd be great. It's a little late, unfortunately. Let's Headbutt, grabbing the Pommel Strike again, and then go for another normal strike. Decent amount of damage for turn 1. I'm okay with that. Now he gets mad. So every time I cast a skill, he's going to hit me harder. He's already hitting me for 14 if you haven't noticed, and that's a problem. Is it only skills? Yeah, it's only skills. How about we bash him? I really feel like this guy's a bit of a damage race. We'll Pommel Strike and see what we draw, which was good. We could Reckless Charge, but it's just not wise. Might as well cast a Power, because it's not going to do anything. It's not lethal, and it's just going to make us hurt a lot more. So, I'll take my 14 gladly, but I'm not taking an additional... like, I'm not taking 21 instead, you know what I mean? Seems like a terrible idea. Alright. Not a great turn. I'd prefer not to take too much more damage here. So let's see what we can do. Okay, Sword Boomerang will hit him for 12. That'll deal another 9 on top. That's a 21. Plus another 9, which is amped up to 13. Yeah, I think we got lethal. Sword Boomerang. I just don't want. I don't like doing all that math in my face. Headbutt him. Doesn't matter which one we grab, and then Reckless Charge to kill him. Perfect. There, he only attacked us once. Nice. And the next two chests I open contain 2 relics. Very nice. So we want to hit up some question mark areas. Oh, buddy. All right, so it's not that Clothesline is bad or Feed is bad. I mean, they can both be very useful cards. But Evolve is an archetype-defining card, and it's just good. It also effectively means that any time that I get hit with a wound card, which is just bad, I get to draw an extra card instead. So, like, we get it, right? That just makes sense. So our HP's looking good. You know what? I'm going to risk it. Let's go for another question mark. I'm feeling lucky. It's this. I think that we angered the mushrooms. We are going to kill them. All right, so what are they currently sitting at HP-wise? They've got 24, 28, and 22 HP. We can almost kill a bunch of them. Let's see. Actually, can we, though? So, knock him down. We'd have to pull off 3 attacks to do it. So I think we're close, but not quite there yet. How about... since this guy's attacking us... Let's see, how do I want to do this? I think that for this turn... we're going to go ahead and do the bash, do a defend. This guy's hitting us for 1. I can risk being hit for a little bit more. That doesn't bother me. But at the same time, then we can heal. You know what? We're not going to Reckless Charge this turn either. It really feels like Reckless Charge is one of those moves that I use when it's appropriate. This is not an appropriate turn. If we get 2 strikes of any kind, we can kill them with double explosive potion. And look at that. Maybe this works the way I want it to. It did not work exactly the way I wanted to, but that's fine. Then smack him, and then yeah, we'll definitely use both of the explosive potions here. That makes perfect sense. Like, why wouldn't I go for the triple kill? It's also hilarious. Odd Mushroom, when vulnerable, I take a little bit... Okay, that's actually fantastic, considering what we have in our deck. Alright, so now when we're vulnerable, we only take 25% more damage rather than 50. That's huge. That means that our Reckless Charge is actually super good. Flex is just a really good card. I think we can use one in the deck just for extra damage boosts every once in a while, but, oh, this might be that turn. So this guy, this little jerk, he's a problem. He likes to deal a decent amount of damage. He also likes to steal money at the same time, and both of those options kind of suck dongs. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pop Juggernaut and defend. We'll only take 5 this turn. But we also dealt him 5 damage. Now if I'm stuck with a really garbage hand with just defense, I can still do something. This is not the case, however. How much damage can we deal to him? He needs to take another 43. We're not at the point yet where I need to worry a lot about our speed of killing this jackass. So I'll go ahead, heavy blade him. I'll pop a Berserk, not that it matters. Do I want to Reckless Charge him this turn so that way I take like 12 damage? 7 damage? Yeah, it's only 2 more damage. We'll go for it. So this turn we're taking our 7, which kind of sucks. But next turn he should die. Emphasis on the, should here. Pommel Strike does another 10. And then Strike kills him. Yeah, he's dead. Good. So we didn't end up taking that much damage in the long run anyway. Got a decent amount of gold out of it. And card-wise, do we have anything I actually like? Not really. I mean, Flame Barrier is really good, in particular with Juggernaut, but you can't use both at the same time. We already have 1 Evolve. We don't need 2. How about we grab the 1 Flame Barrier that we're, that we were going to want. Go up here. Do we need to heal for the Slime Boss? What do we get if we Smith instead? If we Smith Evolve, then we actually get card advantage out of drawing wounds, which gets nuts, especially with a very small deck like this. That might be worth our time, actually. You know what? Let's do that. I'll Smith. I'll take the responsibility if we lose at this point. I'm not too worried. The Slime Boss is a problem, but we have a turn or 2 to deal with him. Okay, so, first turn. Sword Boomerang. Headbutt, grabbing the Sword Boomerang back, and strike him. At this point, 9 damage is not the end of the world. I'll take it. We need to do as much damage as possible, because this guy, after the coming turn, he's going to hit us for way more damage than we have any right to take. Like, it's a sucky amount of damage. Let's Pommel Strike first to see what kind of cards we draw. Okay. I see what you're saying, but we don't have any means. We just need to deal damage right now. So how about we hit him for 9, then hit him for another 6. So that way it puts us in the best possible position to make him and force him to split next turn. It's still going to be tough. We are probably going to take a large hit here, and that is probably going to suck. Yeah. So he would need to be at 70. We can deal 20 more damage to him. That's just not enough. I'm a little mad. So slam him. Yeah, unfortunately, he's just going to hit us for that full 35 goodness. Now with Berserk, hopefully we have enough energy that we won't have to worry about that kind of garbage anymore. But that's a problem, if you hadn't noticed. Okay, we can force him to split this turn. I think we do. Might as well flex. That way he doesn't deal his damage. Defend, does the damage. Go ahead, slam him with a Reckless Charge. And, alright, time for him to split. So his splits now are 2 larger slimes, and the 2 slimes here are jackasses. The good news is that we're Berserk, so we have more energy to do stuff with, but... Okay, let's Pommel Strike first to see what we can draw. We can defend against most of this, hilariously enough, and I suggest that we do, because at least it does damage at the same time. It's randomized damage, but it's damage regardless. We're also only going to take 1 off of this, and that's kind of handy and important at this stage. Ow. Lick is bad because it makes us frail for 2 turns straight. Alright, now this guy's hitting us for 16. That's also bad. Flame Barrier. Evolve. Defend. Alright, so we're only going to take 4 damage this turn, but we're at least set up. And this guy should attack us, take 4 as well. Lick's going to weaken us, which is bad. Yeah, we actually have a high chance of losing here, and it makes me feel a little sad that that's the case, but... Okay, thank you, Evolve. That was very nice of you. Alright. Okay, so we need to, like, interrupt some people this round, if we can. I should have flexed. That was dumb. Okay, we now have flexed. That's handy. Headbutt. Grabbing the heavy blade again. He's been interrupted. Fantastic. Let's do as much damage as possible. Oh, it hit the same dude like 3 times. Hold on. Oh, buddy, we have got a good turn next turn. So we've managed to force both of them to split this turn, which is great. I really wish that we had our explosive potions, but you know what? I'm not too worried about it. We have 2 things here that only have 9 HP. One of them is attacking us, but it's going to die. Of that, I have no doubt. It's just a matter of how do we kill it. So, that's Heavy Blade, I guess. We still have 2 energy. I suggest that we kill off another one of these jerks. Okay, perfect. You might be noticing that we're drawing a ton of extra cards. That's thanks to Evolve. Every time we draw a wound card, instead of drawing a wound, just a wound, which is a dead card in your hand, which is just bad, we get 2 cards out of it. So it's like that's just stunning. Speaking of stunning, can we kill this asshat? Is that possible? Let's see, 6, 4, 4, which becomes 6, 6. So that's 18 damage. It's not possible. So we defend. Now is it possible? No, still no. We'll bash him. And then we'll sword boomerang and hope. Nope, that's not how that one worked. So we're gonna take 5. We're getting close to dead here, but we can do this. We should be able to kill him next turn, but this frail and weakened nonsense is actually a massive problem for us. Oh dear, now the other one's attacking us for 10. Amazing. We flex first. I think we defend twice to stop us from taking any residual damage. Ooh, interesting setup here. Do we take another weaken here on the hopes that we actually... Yeah, you know what? I think that's exactly what we do. We'll go ahead and heavy blade this guy. We won't take damage this turn. This guy will make us weak again. This is so rude. Like, I can't believe we're having this hard of a time, really. But we don't have a lot of relics that have a massive impact on the game, so that's probably why. We also have a full hand of cards. That's actually adorable. How about we Reckless Charge? It's only going to deal 6 damage. That's a problem. How do we do this? Okay, defend hitting the right one. That's one of the right ones. That's fine. No, we got it. We're good. We just have to make sure that we use defend properly. Easy stuff. And by easy stuff, I mean, like, yeah, it's the easiest time of life. Alright, so whenever you gain blood, we don't need another Juggernaut. Whenever a card is exhausted, draw a card. That could be really good, but we already have enough card draw. I think that in terms of metas, this is not it. Demon Form is a bit of an expensive card, but if we do it properly, it's one of those cards that if we mix it with our current meta of being able to draw all the cards we ever wanted, could be really, really good. It is another power, though, and will probably have to be the last one that we draft. Okay, boss relic. Ooh, this is tough, actually. Do I want more energy or do I want more relics? Let's go for more relics. That's hilarious. Alright, so let's see. How are we doing for time? We're doing okay. We're doing okay. We can go for another floor. So, what do we want to do this time? I think our plan this time has to be sneak around through the question marks as much as possible, hit up the shop when we get the chance because we actually have money for it, and then take on at least 2 elites. That has to happen if we can. So I think that this might be the best place to start. Alright. So on the second floor, enemies obviously get harder. And this guy's going to be a jerk about it. That's fine. I don't see if I care. Juggernaut. It's a reasonable start. We'll go ahead and defend to begin with, just that way we don't take a full 10 damage. The problem with this guy is that he requires you to deal a decent amount of damage to him to even get started, and that's an issue. Defend. Can we knock him down all the way here? I think we can actually do a decent amount of damage to his plated armor, which would be nice. So that knocks him down a tiny bit. Do I want to reckless charge this early on? I'm only going to take 25% more damage, so that ends up being 8 times 2, 16. We need to kill him fast is the problem here. I think that we hold off on reckless charge. We can't afford to take that much. I'd rather take 7 than, you know, a metric shit ton more. Alright, 18 this turn. Great. We flex to start, because that's just a free amount of damage. Why not? Dash. And defend. That actually does do damage to him. Although it's not affected by vulnerability. Hilariously enough. Should not have done that. That's okay. Good to know. You're learning something new every time with this game. I think that's part of the reason why it's so popular nowadays. At least, you know, on Twitch and such. It's just a very strong game. Like, it's well put together. So he's about to hit twice. This is definitely a time for Flame Barrier. Alright, we do want to get through all that. So we need to deal at least 9 damage. There we go. Perfect. So we ended up hitting him twice. Flame Shield is going to work in this particular case, and work well, I hope. He's going to hit himself for 8 off of that. It's not going to react with his plated armor, though, which is the thing that keeps giving him armor at the end of his turn. So, yeah. This is a problem. This is showing me that our deck has some issues. It needs some oomph to it right now. He's intending to cast a negative effect, so it's another frail, which is a problem. A very big problem. God damn it. We literally can't stop this. Okay. We'll get back Flame Barrier for next turn. We'll block as much damage as we can while dealing another 5, which is nice. But, we're still taking 15. This guy's usually not this hard, but our deck is just not very good. And that's the problem with the Ironclad, I find. This always seems to happen to me. Okay, he's going to hit us for 10 and buff himself up. Those are things I don't like together in the same sentence. How about we Flame Barrier to start? There we go. He's almost done. Or at least he's almost hurt. Do I want to bash and then reckless charge? It means that we'll be taking like 12, like 3 damage instead of the normal. But like, you know what? We need to start actually hurting him is the problem. Yeah. So we're going to take our 3. That's fine. He's finally fallen apart. This guy's a jerk. Alright, now what? 12, and he's buffing himself. Amazing. Could you stop, though, please? Okay. We're still frail. We could defend 3 times and deal him some extra damage that way. It also avoids a lot of damage that we're about to take. We could kill him, though. Perfect. Okay, so we did end up having lethal, which is nice. Swift Potion's a very handy thing to have, and Pummel. I'm not sure how I feel about Pummel. I think having another headbutt wouldn't hurt that much right now. Again, it kind of manipulates our ability to, you know, work with the draw pile, which is nice. Navigating an unlit street. Remove all strikes. Obtain 5 bites. This is never a good idea. Like, it's never a good idea. I refuse. See you later, you jerks. Alright, birds. This is a problem. These guys can usually hit pretty hard if we're unlucky. And they are hitting hard to start with. And we do not have the one card that I like to have for this particular situation. So I feel really annoyed. So here's what we'll do. We'll toss and evolve. We'll defend. We'll defend. And we'll end our turn for now. Because I don't want to take, I mean, a bunch more damage. Actually, hold on. You know what? We're going to test something, guys. Aha! It is rounded down. Never mind. That's literally totally fine. I was like, can we get away with this without taking extra damage? The answer is yes. So we're only going to take 5 here, but it is still taking 5, which is garbage. These two are going to buff themselves. We want to stop that if we can. Let's see where the sword boomerang lands. Hit that guy twice. Okay, fine. I see how it is. Pommel strike. Knock him out of the air. So we don't have to worry about that damage. Very nice. Might as well flex while we're here. It doesn't really matter all that much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Then headbutt you. Grab another sword boomerang, because that, you know, shit is bananas against these guys. And then end our turn. So these guys aren't going to hurt us this turn, but we need to be very careful about what they do. because they're amping up the strength, which means now they hit for 2 every time that they swing, and that's quite a lot of times that they swing. And that's quite a lot of damage that they could do, and I'm not happy about that. We have Flame Barrier. Holy shit, this is the turn. This is the turn where we need to play this. So we will Flame Barrier, guaranteed. So we have 12 armor. That gets rid of one of these guys' attacks, which is lame. We can block another one of their attacks if we defend. And you know what? I think this is the turn where we kind of have to. So these guys are going to deal themselves enough damage to almost kill themselves, which is great. Then this guy attacks once. Then this guy attacks once. Okay. And is he flying yet? No, he's not. So we can knock him out of the air this turn, and that's going to be more than what I want. Before that happens, though, let's see where a sword boomerang lands. Maybe we get 2 hits on the other guy who's still flying. We did. What a time to be alive. Okay, so we're going to Juggernaut now. We might as well. Do we headbutt him out of the air? Now we can reckless charge him out of the air. That's fine. Because neither one of them is attacking me this turn. So there we go. And we'll grab Sword Boomerang for next turn. Because it's demented. So one of them is now stunned and on the ground. We are managing. When Berserk goes off, we actually have a decent time. The problem is that, I mean, we have to manipulate Berserk of all things, which means that we're at 50% HP or less. Okay, so we only hit him once. That's a little lame. How about we hit him once, twice, knock him out of the air. I guess we take our 4, unfortunately. But it was better than taking 13 out of this flying jerk, so I'll take it. It's just a shame that the RNG didn't really work with us there. Okay, flex. Because we might as well. Kills 1. Kills 2. Perfect. Thank you, Juggernaut. You actually did something. We're still at less than 50% HP, but it could be worse. Rampage. Deal 8 damage every time this card is played. Increases damage by 8 for this combat. Potentially very, very, very nice. Iron Wave, on the other hand, is actually stellar. With Juggernaut, it does 12 damage. 5 of it's random, but it also gives us a bunch of block. Like, this is actually a solid idea. Feel No Pain's not the right card right now. And as much as Rampage does get better over time, our deck doesn't move that fast yet. So we'll grab an Iron Wave, especially if it's an advanced one like that. Please give me something good. Oh, fuck. I mean, we're still going to do it. So this is pretty common. What you do is you start reading, and then you take damage, and it seems bad. But you get a book, and the book ends up doing some pretty crazy stuff usually. This time, it's not the best one. What it does is now, whenever we can start a card, you know, get a card at the beginning of our turn, well, whenever we end a turn, we can get another card effectively. So what do we get here? Shuriken. That's actually really, really nice. There's a lot of nice stuff here. Oof, oof, oof. Do I want more strength? I mean, yeah, the Shuriken is that good. It is. It absolutely is. It's a fantastic relic. Alright, so I'm giving it some thought. And I think, although strength is amazing, it's even more amazing because we have Heavy Blade, right? If we ever play 3 attacks in 1 turn, it's pretty sweet. But we are wanting to play defense. And I'm noticing, at least on my side of things, we're not getting a lot of them. So how's about this? We get rid of a strike. Okay, we still have 160 something. We can't get... I'm not going to get the other relic, I don't think. We pick up Shrug It Off, which is an excellent card. And we'll get another Iron Wave, which is, in this case, an excellent card. Finally, because, you know, 20 damage might save us, I'm going to grab a Fire Potion. Okay, proceed. We've had a lot of rotten luck lately. I'm not sure how we get out of this one. Unless if this heals us, we have to skip the elites, which feels real bad. See ya. It's unfortunate. We should not have spent the last bit of money. Do we go out on a Blazing Flame of Glory? No. I think we're gonna go out with a whimper. Shit. These two suck, by the way. They actually do suck on every single possible level that you can imagine. So here's what we're going to do. I think that we... Pommel Strike. Headbutt. Grabbing the Pommel Strike back. Reckless Charge. And strike normally. And we will put... Thanks to the book, we get to choose a card to put in our deck. I think Spot Weakness is potentially really good here. So we'll go for that. So this guy's going to give us 2 wounds. That doesn't bother me too much. No, wait, Dazed. It's Dazed? Since when? And then this guy's going to just hit us with something that really sucks. Kill him. There's our demon form. Too bad I can't really use it this turn. Shrug it off. Still didn't turn into anything. So headbutt. I think we headbutt grabbing... Let's see. We don't have any additional strength yet, but it'd be nice to have a heavy blade just in case we get a spot weakness. And I think it might be even more important to have a pommel strike, so we're going to take 10. We're taking 2. I think I'd rather deal a little bit more shield damage when I could, so... Let's see. Vulnerability is never going to happen. Twin Strike might happen. Losing 3 HP and gaining an energy might be the difference between winning and losing. I think we skip it this time, honestly. We don't need any of those cards right now. It'd be tempting, but... So here's the problem. This guy does that, and then he starts hitting for 20 every turn. I hate this bad guy. He actually sucks. So we're going to flex. We're going to drink our potion. We're going to cry. Let's see. You can increase our block to 9, which blocks half of it, which would be nice. Okay, so I think my course here is clear. I think that Juggernaut here is kind of necessary, as we're going to want to, you know, do stuff like this. Flame Barrier, I think, is the key right now, just because he's going to hit us twice, so that at least deals him 8 damage while giving us a block on one of his attacks. Next turn, we're going to just have to hit him as hard as possible, which is unfortunate, but... and to hit him as hard as possible, Offering might be the card. We're guaranteed to draw next turn anyway, so... yeah, that hurts, and it sucks. God, this bad guy actually is the worst. So, he's going to hit us for another 10. We're at lethal, unfortunately. It's just that we use an Offering. That turned into nothing helpful, actually. Pommel Strike, because we can't be vulnerable. Mother of Pearl. Seriously? Okay. So Flame Barrier, without a doubt, because it deals him 5. Defend, because it deals him another 5. Then Defend again, because he's another 5. We will survive this turn. And I think Battle Trance is a reasonable card to put in our deck right now. So he won't hurt us, but he's going to amp up his armor by a lot. We need to do 20 damage this turn. If we can do 20 damage, we'll survive another round, which would be nice. So there's 12. Don't flex first, you idiot. There we go. Good stuff. Oh, we can do it without wasting the potion on top of that. That's actually fantastic. Give me the Sword Boomerang again, and then just strike him down. Perfect. We actually survived. We're at 8 HP, but we survived. Is there anything here? Wild Strike. Perfect. I like Wild Strike a lot, considering that we have Evolve in our deck. We are so dead. Oh my god, it's the Snecko. So, the Snecko is a weird one. I think he's okay, but he's just weird. Okay, look at it this way. We are going to want to do as much damage as possible this turn. That's fine. So we're going to strike. We'll Iron Wave. We'll Reckless Charge. And then we'll Headbutt to make sure that we get Iron Wave again next turn. The reason why I say Iron Wave in this particular case is because I know next turn he's just going to start attacking. On the off chance that it ends up being super sweet, let's grab a double tap and put it in our deck. So the Snecko here is an interesting one. He confuses us. Confusion means that now all of our stuff is randomized energy costs. And he kills us this turn. Amazing. Fantastic. The best. Look, this game has a habit of doing that. Like, specifically this. It's a pain in the ass. I kind of hate it. But, I mean, them's the breaks, I guess. So we'll double tap. We can't double tap and expect to live. You fool. So grab the double tap, grab a headbutt. So we have like a combo here that actually does stuff, but we're not going to live. We lose. And it's kind of lame because this does happen on occasion where you're just like, yeah, we couldn't really help it. We had one bad fight early on the floor and that's it. Game over. I like this game a lot, but this happens a ton. I think our big problem right now is that we didn't hit up enough elites on the first floor and didn't get enough relics. But that's kind of how, you know, a run looks like. I think that we drafted relatively well, but like we just didn't have enough power early on, and we took a lot of damage on at the beginning of the second floor. That one plant dude with the plated armor murdered us. We couldn't get through his armor every turn reasonably enough to actually win. So yeah, that's the Ironclad. And honestly, not my favorite of the two classes. Next time, we'll play as the Silent. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you folks enjoyed yourselves. If you did, be sure to let me know. Hit the like button down below, and if you want to see some more, subscribe for some more videos. I'll see you guys next time.